There again has been recent talk about the California legislature about closing the prison in Norco. Do you support keeping CRC Norco open or closing it, and why?
I would love to be able to have that land for Norco to develop on, for Norco to build on, to be able to develop that area into a great area for destination. You know what? It's a prison, and with that, the prisons oftentimes they do carry those jobs for the residents that live around that prison. They're going to keep their jobs. It would be horrible for them to have to move. However, I think as a city, it would be nice to build something really nice there for other folks to come here, for us to enjoy, for a nice area to attract people to the city of Norco.
Not knowing what the economic impact of closing that particular prison would be, I would like to say that I would support closing it. There's a couple reasons why. Number one, it's not the most beautiful place, and it's had its own share of issues when we talk about feral cats and rats and all those things that we read about. The second thing is I have children that play at Wayne Macon Field, and how wonderful would it be to have an area across from Wayne Macon Field that was a destination and somewhere that families could enjoy together, and just have that whole area be open space and beautiful and usable for the citizens of this town. So I do support the closing of the CRC.
Please.
Having recently read an article reference the closing, I think I would support the warden. She gave valid arguments towards why she should keep the prison open there. I believe that we're using also the prisoner count as part of our population, and hence money towards the city. There are different things that they have a lot of problems in there. There's like the paint coming down, but reading her reports that were in the paper, she has solutions for them and ideas for the different problems. I believe there's a lot of possible cleanup. If we had to close it down, it would cost us probably millions to clean all that up. So I would support keeping it open for now.
Sure.
Thank you. I mentioned earlier I'm a retired corrections lieutenant from the Department of Corrections. I had basic training at CRC and then worked CIM and Tehachapi. Therefore, I have a special connection with those people. Don't believe everything you read in the paper or what you see on Facebook. I've seen the internal reports that come out of Sacramento about closing that. They are not going to close it. They're going to spend $58 million on new housing. They've already got the pads in there already. They're going to construct temporary housing on there. Prop 47 is going to explode because the judges are taking the position, you got one chance, you messed up, now you're going to hard time. You're not going to county anymore. They need CRC for beds.
Ted.
This has been discussed since, I can't remember when, for a long time. Since Danny and I went to high school. We're going to close it, we're not going to close it. As a member of the Lake Laconian Club Foundation, I would love to see it close, because then maybe we can get our hands back on some of that valuable property in there and get it back into the condition it historically was. But I'm like her. I've seen what Prop 47 has done and its failures up in Sacramento. This is the governor's way of trying to help the situation out and balance his budget, and it's been a fiscal disaster as far as that goes. It's going to stay open. They don't have any place for these people to go. I've talked to my friends at the Sheriff's Department and the county jails. There is just these people coming back. They're going to have to house them somewhere, and CRC is right there. They're going to invest the money in, just like they're going to invest the money in some of the other prisons. They've got to put these people back in because they're not being rehabbed. Thank you.
Lance?
Well, you know, if they ever did close it, I mean, Norco would lose its only gated community. You know, we've watched them downsize already. I think they're about 1,500 of the prisoners are gone now. I don't believe, and I've read it story after story about the closures, I don't believe it's going to happen in our lifetime. Again, they need the facility. If they did close it, the cleanup would take years and years to do. That would be the state. We wouldn't have to pay for it as Norco. But that would take a long time to clean that property up. But I'd like to see it close, sure. I didn't even know that prison existed when I moved to Mariloma. Everybody kept talking about it. Until you drive back there by Waymaking, you have no idea it's even back there. You can't see it because of the hills. There's a lot of risk with that place being in there with the escapees and stuff like that. So yeah, for the safety of the community and the residents and the children, I'd like to see it close. But I don't believe it's going to happen in our lifetime.
Thank you.